Okay, again? Okay. So, one of the things that helps us to lose sight of the goal of the GOAL is that we are constantly comparing ourselves to someone else. All that glitters is not the goal. It is not. When you compare yourself to someone else, I think there's a proverb, and I don't know if it's an African or an Eastern proverb, but it says that anyone who compares themselves to anyone else is a fool. Let me move over so you can see this. Do you see that chick back there? Her? She's cute and all that. But I used to compare myself to her. Now, she is the old me. I am the new and improved version of me. I am the better version of me, at least I hope to be. And don't compare yourself to anyone because comparison is the thief of your authenticity. Write that down. Comparison is the thief of your authenticity. You know, a lot of the times when you are comparing yourself to someone, anyone, it doesn't matter who, when you're comparing yourself to that person, you don't know the story. I believe my bishop says, you can see their glory, but you don't know their story. How true is that? So when you compare yourself to someone, you're comparing yourself to someone who has a journey and a walk that you don't know what they've been through to get there. And most of the time, I remember there was this like an expose. Did I tell you guys? You, for those of you, you asked, someone just asked me about my hair. Like, oh, you look so cute. Why is your hair like that? I was trying to do my hair up like this shirt. I had it like this, but it's too much hair. It just keeps falling. But I met a woman. You just heard from Minister Ebony. She is the one who I was telling you about, and I'm the woman Crystal, her partner, gifted me this shirt, and it's cute. For those of you who are asking, let me see. You can stand up and see it again. Isn't that cute? It's kind of like me, but anyway, back to the program message. Um, when you compare yourself to someone else, you're stealing or robbing from your potential. Because usually, let's say, like all these women who, oh, that's, I was going to tell you about this expose that I saw. So there was a celebrity and he was on a jet, and, well, he said he was on a jet with a bag of money, right? But literally, he was on the airplane and he was in coach. But on Instagram, everybody's like, yeah, that's what I want. I can't wait to get my jet. I'm coming up like that. I'm going to be like that. Watch, I'm going to be like that. I'm going to be like that. Then you're going to be a phony because he was a phony. I think it was another celebrity just revealed. They did on their story. They had a man who seemed to be jumping out of a helicopter, like, oh, I'll be jetting around all these trips. And then if you play it back really slowly, you'll see that not only was he not in the jet, but the jet was closed. The door was closed. He never was in it. He never came out of it. So I say, what am I saying to you? Because we all do like a little something to, uh, you know, make us appear, or it's always something, right? We want to be cute. Like right now, if you see me live on Instagram, where I am taking your I get your messages, but I have like this cute. I love a filter. I'm 55 years old. I love a filter. Let it be known. Stop wondering. I love a good filter, but That's not me with diamonds bursting out of my face and my words are not spewing out diamonds. But we often see people and take it at face value. And half of the time, it's not even real. Yeah. But you know what I think about, like, the people we want to be, because they're like, we want to be like them, we want to be like them, I want to be like that. This is a true story. I always tell this story, and my daughter, every time I tell her, she goes, oh my god, I knew you were going to tell that story. One one day I was going to work, my in my early career. I was in my like early 30s, maybe 32 years old, and I was getting ready to go to work, and I was looking at myself, and I was like, a, a video came on. I used to love to listen to music before I went to work, and a video came on, and it was Aaliyah, and I was like, oh, and I said, not knowing I was praying, but speaking into myself, I said, I would do anything to be her, to have her body. Like, she was so thin and so perfect. And at that very moment, God showed up. And you know what happened? Unfortunately and tragically, it was the day that she had passed away. And the news came on, it was a new flash, and it says, singer and entertainer Aaliyah has just tragically passed away in a crash, an airplane crash, or something like that. But I say that to say, that was the very first lesson that God taught me about trying to be like other people. Let that sink in for a minute. Let it register. And I think about some of the women in my network. They say things like, they say like, yeah, um, get in the bag. All sorts of stuff. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I want them to get the bag. That's what the network is all about. That is what we do, and what we do it for the purpose of seeing and watching women grow and prosper. So don't get me wrong. I want you to be the thing that glitter. I want the thing that happens, that you consider gold, to be you, your person, your character, your nature. Let that be the gold, GOLD. But anyway, so back to, we were talking like, yeah, we're going to be like the Housewives franchise. And I'm like, actually, I detest them, and I detest that franchise. I detest what it's doing. Yes, I still catch some episodes because I like entertainment. There's no doubt about that. I love to watch what some of the celebrities are doing. They grow, and I just love seeing them evolve. Like, literally, some of them are different people. One woman, she started out looking one way, and you see her today, and like, oh, she's Hispanic now. She went from being a very dark brown woman to like Hispanic. And that, I'm not throwing off on her. That's her. That's what she wants to do. That was her goal. She reached it. But I think about all the negativity, like if you ever, what really, that those type of shows, what they leave on the inside of you, and you don't know this, which is a big problem. It's systemic, that happens within the walls of our communities. If you watch that show, all you see are, and I'm talking about the black, all of them, but really not just the black franchise, but the cast members, the white cast members as well. All you see is who's gonna attack who, like the negative, tearing you down. You can't win. You're not better than me. You don't see, and name one other thing on those franchises that you see besides that. I'll wait. I'll wait. But I thought about it like, wait, when they first came out, I thought it was good. And then when I saw that it was turning something other than good, then I said, oh, I can't watch this. And then something pulls you, what pulls you back in? What pulled me back in? Oh, they're flying over they're in Europe now. They're in Italy. Oh, they're in the first seat of Fashion Week. They're the things that we would love to do. And I'm not saying aspiring to do those things are bad, because I love to travel. My husband and I, we go all over, we travel. I've been all over the world. and I want to keep traveling. I'd love to do that. I love to travel. So I'm not saying that having goals or aspirations to see the world is a bad thing, but I'm saying when we look at the people who are doing those things, we have to remember, seriously, remember that you want to do those things, but you don't want to be like the people doing those things. Yeah, yeah. I when I think about like someone, when you compare yourself, think about this. When you compare yourself, it's like let's say when we were kids, right? I remember myself. Sorry, I'm starving. Been fasting all day. My sisters and I, right? We would all wear the same shirt. During the holidays, my sister, my cousins, we will all wear the same shirt. Like our parents used to buy us the same Christmas shirt, whatever, right? So we'd be wearing this T-shirt, and I'll never forget this. So my cousin would say, "Oh, I want my shirt. Look, we have the same shirt, and like, but her shirt is redder, or has an extra snowflake or something, and we would miss out. We'd end up fighting like for 10 minutes trying to find whose shirt's the best, who's that. A waste, a waste of time. So the thing that robs you from being your best, most authentic self and reaching your goal is the fact that you're too busy comparing yourself to whomever, Insta models, Insta tricks, and anyone, YouTube, whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with having people to admire. Remember, I am not saying that, but I'm saying run your race. Because if you ever run a race, do you know why they tell you to like keep your eyes straight ahead? Because while you're looking at other people, you're literally turning and you're running someone else's race. So run your race and don't compare yourself to anyone else. Okay. The next thing that throws us off and where we get confused is that we are unable to define what true success is. Now, I named all the pocketbook, the pocketbook, the house, the shoes, the whatever it is, all that stuff. That's not the goal. It's a product of the goal, but it is not the goal. The Bible says, "What profit it a person, a man, to gain the whole world and lose their soul?" Now, you said I told you this wasn't going to be religious talk. It's not. What I am saying is that where you're going, make sure your integrity is intact at the end of that thing. You need your integrity along the way. People say to me, "Oh, you could have been this, you could have been that." That's true. But I couldn't compromise my soul and my integrity, not for anything and not for anyone, because we're quickly seeing, even now in this day and age, we see that once you sell off your integrity or you lose your integrity or your character is compromised, it's hard. You can't sleep at night. So be careful on the quick road to success. I remember my mother used to say the fastest way to um, the fastest way to success is usually a crooked path called fast. Only thing that comes fast, everything that comes fast and quickly is not necessarily for you. Let's say that, okay? But when I think about success and what stands out the most to me when it comes to success is that most people think that success is money, that success is fame, that success is notoriety and things, and like we put our success and we package it down to things. And today, a woman in my network, her name is Millicent. She is our Motivational Monday coach. Every Monday without fail, she's motivating us. She drops some motivation into the group. And today she dropped one that was so profound. I told her that I would start out tonight with it, but I started out tonight blabbing. I apologize. Let me tell you what she said. She put this post up and it said, if you want to feel rich, just count all the things that you have that money cannot buy. Let that sink in. If you want to feel rich, just count all the things that you have that money cannot buy. You've heard the saying before, money can't buy happiness. That is true. That is true. I even know people with a lot of money who are very unsuccessful because money is not success. Money is a byproduct of success, but money is not success. You heard the saying that um, do something you love every day and you'll never work a day in your life because money is not success. Okay. I I know that that sounds weird. Someone just said, I'll take that type of success with money. But what happens when the money's gone? Are you any less successful? Are you any less important? Are you any less valuable? Are you any less important? That's why I'm saying that money doesn't make you successful. That's why I'm saying that money is not the be all, the do all. Money is a byproduct of success. It's the collateral benefit of success, but money is not the quantifier of success. And on that side note, I want to just tell you about our magazine. We have a magazine, the network. We literally just celebrated this fall. We celebrated 1 year of the magazine. We had an anniversary. It's really an easy, but when I talk about success, everyone in this magazine is successful. Yes, everyone in the magazine. And they're not people that you probably, well, you have seen some of these. Actually, a lot of these women you have seen on television, on local news, myself, a couple of the other ladies, because my magazines celebrate women who are absolutely doing the work with their heart and with passion, men and women, not just women. I wish I could take credit and say us ladies are doing it by ourselves. Although, in case you haven't heard, Black women are in the lead. We are leading. We are winning. You know why? Because we're finally realizing that our success is not what the world says, is what we say it is. If I had a little machine, I go, okay, anyway. But my magazine, Brown Girls Doing Business, the magazine is about celebrating leaders and women who are doing the work, who are going into the shelters and teaching, women who are standing on the street corner and preaching, women who are reaching, women who are lifting up, women who are carrying other women, helping other women carry the load, helping other women to bear their burdens. That's success. That's real success. As a matter of fact, that is heaven's definition of success. Yeah. Yep. That is heaven's definition of success. So, the definition of success that you should take down, that you should take note of, is that success is using God's gifts and God's opportunities to further his kingdom. Repeat after me. Further his kingdom. To further his kingdom in your assignment here on earth. That's the definition of success. When you are able to use the gifts that God have given to you, you use them with accountability, integrity, and uncompromised. It furthers his kingdom. That means you are successful. That is the definition of success. And women say, Lady Farley, I'm like, oh, you're spiritual, you too, this or that. I don't know if like we are on the same page. I just want to get the bag. And I said, well, let me spend a week with you. Let's talk about accountability. Just give me 1 week. 1 week. And at the end of that week, they're like, oh my God, I didn't know I needed that. I didn't know that that was what I was lacking. And I say, everything that I was talking to you about was spiritual, because entrepreneurship is spiritual. If it were not spiritual, why are there so many programs and institutions and things set up that are set up for you to fail? If entrepreneurship were not spiritual, explain to me all the roadblocks. Explain to me, out of 5 women, only 2 of those women are African American, established business owners, not successful. Because we already know that Black women are in the lead. We are winning. In go tell somebody, run tell that. You know, I told you that not only are we in the lead, but we have decided what our success will look like. That is why when COVID came in, it wrecked people's lives, because they couldn't imagine, they weren't on a hamster wheel anymore. They weren't jumping on a train and or a bus, whatever mode of transportation you were using, running to get in to make somebody else wealthy. Although the truth is you are adding to your bottom line, right? Because you're able to take care of yourself with your job. But we found out that we can stay at home, work for other businesses, and run our own businesses. So if you don't know, COVID launched more entrepreneurs than any era um, of time in the world, like in history. The pandemic actually launched more entrepreneurs than any other time globally, anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world. So, how do we quantify getting the goal? What is the goal, right? We talked about a couple things so far. Number one, don't compare yourself to other people, because you don't even know if any of that is real. Number two, you be the one to determine what success is, what success looks like for you. I had a friend who he hired me. I was coaching him, and he's a broker, actually a real estate agent. He's a broker now, but when he was a real estate agent, he said to me like, "Oh, I'm always trying to keep up with Bob. Like Bob is doing this and Bob is doing that. Bob is a great marker, right?" I told him Bob is just the marker. Like you're not trying to reach Bob. You want to go further than Bob. So I said, you be the one to determine what will make you successful. Take the pressure off yourself. Do you want to sell 10 houses a month, five? And he's like, if I could do 2 per month, then I am happy. So I said, set your goal, 2 per month. He comes back to me a month later. He was like, I did the two. And I was like, awesome. He said, just setting that goal, me being the one to determine what success looks like for me, took a lot of pressure off of my brain. He told me he was able to sleep at night, but when he was trying to run somebody else's race, right? He was trying to run Bob's race. We don't know what Bob was doing. But anyway, so when he set his goal and he said, you know what, 2 per month is good for me. 3 months later, he came back to me. He's like, I'm going to take you to lunch. And I was like, why? He was like, I sold 5 houses this month. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, because you said to me that Bob was not the goal. that he was just the marker. And he was like, I was able to go beyond, Bob. And he was like, I shot myself. And I was like, oh, well, we're going to a steakhouse. Thank you. Thank you. But that brings me to my next point, chasing the bag. Chasing the bag? Well, for those of you who don't know, money is called currency, which means it is forever flowing. There will be the ebbs and flows of money, of currency will always change. It changes. So if you chase it, that means you'll be up, then you'll be down, then you'll be up, then you'll be down, you'll be up, then you'll be down, you'll be in and you'll be out, you'll be good and then you'll be slow. You don't chase the bag. Let the bag be a byproduct of your life, right? Money is, King Solomon said that money answers all problems, and I agree with him. I agree. Trust it. Take it from me. When I had a brain aneurysm, I didn't know that was going to be a $95,000 surgery. But money answered that problem. Well, God answered, but money was able to get me into the finest hospital, the finest neurologist. So we know that money has its place. That's what I'm saying. And I'd like to remind you of this one scripture. It's my favorite scripture, is Matthew 6:33. It says that seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things are going to be added to you. Now, for those of you who do not like my spiritual take on things, because you think I'm talking religion. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking spirit. Remember, I told you that entrepreneurship is spiritual. There's an enemy that fights you when you want to be an entrepreneur. There's an enemy that fights you when you become an entrepreneur. There is an enemy that fights you while you are an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is spiritual. So, with that being said, do not chase the bag. Remember, the bag is going to be constantly changing. It's going to be in, it's going to be out, it's going to be going, it's going to be slow, it's going to be fast, it's going to be good, then it's going to be bad. Don't chase the bag. Keep, that brings us to the next one. Think about your purpose. What is your why? When you chase something that seems to be glittery, something that seems to be good, something that seems to be, I want that, I envy that, I want that, I want that life, I want that, I want to live that life. When you chase that, you somehow forget your why. You forget why you're doing it in the first place. You forget why you have stuck it out this long. Because you didn't do all of this for a handbag. You didn't do all of this for a pair of shoes. You didn't do all of this for a house. You didn't do all of this for anything that you're talking about. That's not why you're doing it. Even now, my husband and I are looking for our home. You know why? Because we want to make sure that we want to commit a place to our foundation, so that we can put people in that home, so that people we know, people who are on the street who are homeless, women who are in temporary bad situations, women who need to get away, men who need to get away, or from a situation, or running for their lives, or whatever it is, we commit that home to the Lord. It's not because we just want another home. But when I say remember your why, what I'm really telling you is that in your why is your purpose. Is in your why, there is you hidden your passion. Most people say, I don't know what I want to do. And we're going to come back. We're going to talk about that, women in their prime. Okay, 50 years old and up. I'm 55, so I can say that. But mature women who say to me, I just can't get my, I don't know what my why is. My children are grown. They're out. My kids don't live in a house. What's my why? Your why is your passion, right? That's going to be, your passion is going to fuel the thing that you do. So your why, which is manifested through your passion, then your passion becomes your purpose. And then your purpose begets your destiny. It's as simple as that. That's why you can't run this race for anyone else. That's why you have to keep focus of what is your goal. What is your assignment? What are you called to do? What does the earth need from you? Not looking at, trust me, I said it before. I like following some people, and coaches and mentor. We all have to have a coach and a mentor. If you're the smartest person in your group, that's a problem. But when I talk about passion and remembering why, what I'm saying to you is that there is something that is needed that only you can do. That's why we don't chase the bag. That's why we don't chase all that glitters, everything that's sparkly and shiny, because it may not be for you. And it sometimes, half the time, it's not even real. You're chasing and envying things that are not real, that are fake. And you wonder why. you know um, I remember this woman that I was coaching. She said to me, I saw, I can't think of a celebrity name, and I don't want to use the person's name, so let's just call her Celebrity Bigums, because she was like busty, but she was like, I'm trying to be like Celebrity Bigums. I just want to be like her. I just want to be like her, want my body like her. And she did something, she went and got surgery, and it was botched, and she ended up getting an infection. And I was like, all of that for somebody who's not even real. Like, you went through all of that trying to be something from someone who's not real, something for someone who wants nothing for you. That's why I say, don't watch other people, just focus on you. I told you earlier that this chick right here, I was comparing myself to her. Now, this chick right here, she used to model and she used to act. I'm not that person now. I like to think of myself as a better person, a better version of me. But even don't compare yourself to what you used to be. I know that one thing that hinders women the most is that they're always talking about what used to be. I'm the president of that club. Because I always say, I think just on Saturday, I was saying, I used to be young. I used to be snatched. I used to be slim. I used to be a size 4. And I used to. I'm so busy looking at my used to that I can't see where I'm going. And I can't appreciate what I am now. So, one of the biggest thieves of meeting your goal or reaching your goal is looking back. Now, it's different if you're looking back to say, I've learned this lesson, and we're going to come around to that. I'm trying to, yeah, I'm reading some of your notes, and I'm gonna just answer your questions a little later. I see your notes, and I'm going to your questions. I'm going to come back to that, but I want to get through this so that I don't keep you much longer. But when we talk about passion, I heard a joke. I was watching someone say, parents, I think it's culturally the West Indies and Africans, even some Asians, culturally, when we get older, we take care of our parents, right? So someone said that's why these parents, culturally speaking, these parents want you to be doctors and lawyers so that you can take care of them. And so, with that being said, you try to go and do things that are not for you just because you want to please someone. So, you end up getting forced into doing something that's not your passion. It ends up failing. Why? Because your heart's not in it. It's not yours. It's not what God called you to do. It's not what you were put here to do. It's what they want you to do. And sometimes it's what they want you to do because they couldn't do it themselves. But with that being said, this is the second most prominent reason why people chase the bag, the money. So if you force me to be a doctor, I never wanted to be a doctor. You force me to be an attorney or a teacher, whatever it is. There's no money in teaching, so nobody's going to force you to do that. But literally, the only reward is the money because it's not what you wanted to do. And that is the story as to why we get up and go to offices and jobs day after day instead of taking courage and building our own businesses because we have to chase the bag. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. So of chasing that glitters, and that's partnership. Partnership. Collaborate. The women who succeed the most are women who have other women who encourage them. You are not going to get tired. We're cheering you on. That's what cheerleading is all about, actually. Is to encourage. It's a spiritual. Remember, I told you, entrepreneurship is spiritual. Point taken. How does somebody go? Give me an A. Give me a B. How does somebody doing that cause you a team that's losing to turn around and just get the courage to do better? Because it's spiritual. When someone is motivating you and lifting you up, it encourages you from the inside, and you're able to say, wait a minute, I was just getting ready to throw in a towel. I was just getting ready to stop, but I can do it. I can go on. I can go further. I can do it because entrepreneurship is spiritual. And I know a lot of amazing women. You guys heard from Ebony a moment ago, and she told you about her wonderful organization, what they're doing. We connect with somebody who's doing great things. If you don't have anyone to connect with, I am the CEO of an amazing organization. We are the FBI Network LLC. We have a nonprofit called the 100 Women Strong Movement, and we are in 9 states and 3 continents. I have branch leaders all in the East, the West, and the Mid-East, Midwest, Southern, North. So if you need someone to encourage you, we're available to you. But I just want to, before I kind of tie this up together, when I talk about partnerships and I think about partnerships, it brings me to a story that you may know, your mama may know. The story of Mary and Martha. Martha, that's in Luke 10, right? So Martha, probably where Martha Stewart it from, because she's always cooking and cleaning and showing you how to do stuff, right? So there's a story, while Martha is too busy working and gathering, she goes, hands and dishes, I'm cleaning, I'm propping the pillows up, putting out the fall decor, getting ready to pull out the tree, like doing everything. And then Jesus just turns to her and he says, she chose the right thing. So with that, I just want to say to you, choose the right thing. It's not chasing the bad. It's not chasing everything that glitters. Like I told you, and I put up, you guys on LinkedIn can't see this, and you can't see it on YouTube, and you probably can't see it in the Facebook group, but on my Instagram account, I have this feature, this what do you call it? Filter. I told you I'm 55. I love a filter. Sue me. Anyway, so there's this filter that has sparkles because I was trying to hope to get you to see that everything that glitters is not gold. And if you don't believe me, go over to my YouTube page and you're gonna see regular old me. With I don't have any foundation on. I put a little lipstick on because I was trying to be cute for you, and I put on these earrings to match my wonderful gift right here, my lady right here. Everything that glitters is not the goal. GOAL. Everything that glitters is not for you. I um I want you to, if you're 50 years and over and you're saying, "Hey, this is hard," because when you're our age, you know what's working against you? Time. Time is working against us, and we always feel like I put in so much time. That's why you can't give up now. You put in too much time. You gotta let all of that sacrifice, all of those sleepless nights, the heartache, the pain, the crying out, the research, the reaching out, the traveling, the study, everything. You're gonna let it go to waste? Now is not the time to throw in a towel. And the difference between someone failing and giving up is that you get back up and you keep doing it and you keep going. That's what I'm here for. That's what the women of the network are here for. If you're saying I'm failing or I'm not sure that I'm going the right way, I need help. Reach out to us so we can just say, "Hey, sis, link arm with us. We can encourage you. You can make it. You can make it." There's a scripture in the Bible that says that if a person falls into a hole, like a literal hole. Think about it like a hole in the ground, like a pitfall. And if you fall in there and you're by yourself, do you know what happens? You're by yourself. You're gonna die because you can't get out. But if you fall into a pit and I'm nearby, and I say to my sister Yana is there, and she's like, I'm like, I hold my hand up, Yana, I have fallen. Can you help me up? She'll be like, hold on, right there. She's gonna tie a rope, she's gonna let it down, and she's gonna pull me out. You don't have to be alone. Brings me back to my point about networking. You know, it is vital, it is utterly vital that as women, you link up with other positive, like-minded women. Like I told you, networking means something different to everyone. Networking to me and to the women of my network is not linking up to put on your little black dress, your high heels, and get a drink and do whatever. Even though we like to dress up and go out and meet our friends and make a little toast and and do our hair and whatever. My hair is not done now, but it has to be intentional. Link up with people who are intentional and like-minded and who know that getting the getting the bag is not the GOAL. It's a byproduct of the GOAL. You can join our entrepreneurship hub because we will hold you accountable. Yeah. And I know that back to all that glitters is not the goal. You're watching people who have bought their 10,000 followers. You're looking at some responses from bots, from GoBots. They're not even real. Um, you're following people who's like, um, I told the story about the person on the what do you call it, the helicopter that jumps out of the helicopter, and they were never in the helicopter. So do yourself a favor, okay? And if you're probably saying that my real problem is not any of those things, because some people don't believe that their problem is spiritual. I can't convince you otherwise. So maybe you're saying my problem is distractions, my lack of commitment. I'm setting unrealistic goals, and I have vague goals. I'm not really sure about what I want to do. I told you, women, we can lose sight of the goal pretty easily. Just this morning, I missed my 6 a.m. prayer. I wake up at 4 to pray, and then I have another group call at 6 a.m. I missed the 6 a.m. one because I was tired. I hadn't been sleeping all week, running pillar to pillar. But that set it made me frustrated. It kind of threw my day off because when I got up, I didn't focus myself and ground myself and say, that's gone. I missed that. It'll be another one on Monday, right? But so I just lost sight of my goal of the day, and I got sidetracked. And like I said, it's easy to do for anyone. If you're not intentional, when you wake up, if you're not intentional about what your day is going to be and what your day is about, what your life is about, you will miss it. You will mess it up. You'll muggle it up. So anyway, I'm thinking, I woke up, I think it must have been about 7:30 in the morning. I never sleep that late. I was like, whoa, whoa. For those of you who got text messages and emails from me at 4:30 a.m., that's because I after my prayer, my brief prayer, I started working, and it's probably how I missed my call because I stayed up for a little while. But I thought I gotta go do this. I have to get ready for this. I have to plan this. So and so's coming by. I had to meet with my editorial staff, and I'm like, that meeting was at 9 a.m. And I was like, oh, I'm not prepared. I was supposed to have something done for them, but anyway. But on my way down the stairs, out from my bedroom, coming down the stairs, and what's there? Oh, the laundry room. Well, let me grab this right quick. Oh, you know what? Just fold up a little bit because I have a lot. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put some of the whites in the wash. Such is life. On your way to your goal, there are going to be distractions. Put on the blinders and keep your focus. And it's normal. We all do it. It can easily be done. Today I had a meeting with this wonderful woman who's talking about bringing me on to her talk show. Yeah, it was so nice. I was like, oh, it's so nice to be considered, yada, yada, yada. Not remembering that I set up another interview. So in comes my interview. And while I'm on the phone, I'm like, because I wasn't intentional. Once I missed one thing, I just kept, it was a snowball effect. I kept going and kept going and it kept going. Blah, blah, blah. And now here I am. I came on tonight saying, oh, I have this thing I want to talk to you about. And then I started talking, and then I was reading the chats, and I was like, we need to do this all the time. Motivational Monday. And I just started talking, and I told you about my t-shirt and my hair because we get distracted. We're human. It's normal. It's a part of life. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't beat yourself up over it at all. Just pick yourself up and keep going. So, with that being said, um, reach out to me. Tell me some of the great things that you're doing. I try to get around to support everyone. I really do. I do. And I'm a grant writer, so I'm always stuck doing something. But I want to be there for you. I know that you all are trying to be there for me. My name is Lady Farley. I am the CEO of the FPI Network. We have women in 9 states in the US. We're on 3 continents. So if you're in the UK, if you are in Africa, in Malawi, Uganda, and Nigeria, and you saying, I need help, the purpose is to see that none of us get left behind, that we don't fail. I told you earlier that since we changed our perspective about what success is, when we took our success into our own hands, because we were able to do that, we don't have to chase the bag anymore. We just have to command the bag to come to us. I'm a BK Farley. My friends call me Lady Farley. I am the CEO of the FPI Network. If God be for you, nothing and no one can be against you. Keep going. I will see you on the other side of today. Thanks for spending this long time with me. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. I'll reach out to you soon.